We are here today with Lynn O'Neill of GoPrime Mortgage, and I'm very excited to say that I've been working with Lynn for years and years. We've done our own loans with Lynn, and I wanted to give you a chance to share a little bit about your business. How long have you had your business?
Since 2001.
Okay.
You were one of my original realtors.
That's
and
awesome.
we're still working together.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it.
So we underwrite, we do our own closing documents, our own disclosures, everything, all in one place. And then we fund our own loans.
And it feels more personal, I gotta say. It feels so much more personal because you're not, we're not talking to you who you're talking to somebody else, and then they're talking to somebody else, and it's not so far removed that are being made.
We have no 800 number.
Right.
You have my cell phone numbers, so you're calling me.
I love that. I love that. Before you got into lending, what were you doing?
Hotels.
Okay.
I managed the hotels.
So hospitality.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
So, and you switched. Tell us a little bit more about why you made that switch.
Simply for my life. I think you probably know this, but
Yeah.
I always say I have two only children, 10 years apart. And before I had my son, my second child, I just wanted to be able to be there more.
Right.
Not be on call 24/7.
Right.
And this career allowed for that. And I still have the opportunity to work with people, what I like to do.
So, what is it you love about, the mortgage business?
Helping people. It's fun. It's, those first-time home buyers, the repeat customers, I get to be a part of something huge in their life. You do the same, but so many people just don't realize they can buy a house, and when they can, and that's just the fun part of my job.
Yes.
And sometimes when they come to me, they're not ready yet, but part of what we offer is helping them get there.
Yeah. What I really love is that, Lynn, there have been so many times that we've brought somebody to you and they had no idea that they could afford a home, and yet you figured out a way to do it, and they were so thankful. You've always been a good problem solver for people. We've also seen you walk through helping people restore their credit, helping people that have come on tough times, and you care enough. I love that you care enough to just kind of walk through that and ask them the questions that you need to know, the things that will help them get from point A to point B. Because at the end of the day, they want you to say yes.
Yeah.
Right? That's what we love. You're approved, right?
For the large part of the mortgage industry, if you put in an application and they process your application and you don't qualify, they typically give you a phone call and say, I'm sorry, we can't do it. Yeah. And that's just not how we work.
Yeah. I've had so many times where you've said, Rob, this is a marginal.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't remember a single time where you had a marginal that didn't work.
Yeah,
you always found a way.
And we don't say no. We say this. I never say no. Never. Just, what I say is just, this is what we have to do to get there.
Right. And I think that's what we one of the many things we enjoy so much about you is that it's not a no. Whereas other people, they just like, I really can't help you at this time.
Yeah.
And
that's the end of the conversation.
Or go do this and call me when you're ready, when you've done it. And no, you guys follow up. I mean, just the fact that you call sometimes.
We will
say, hey,
call
did you
until
do this
they
yet?
tell us to stop calling.
Right. I love that. So tell me a story recently that was really meaningful to you, where you were able to help somebody.
I think one of my favorite stories is about a couple that just walked in my office, and I don't get much walk-in business. But they walked in my office and they said that one of their friends had worked with me in the past. They were really sad, and they were renting a double wide in one of our smaller outskirt towns.
Sure.
They had 4 children in school, and 2 of the older ones were in high school playing sports, so they were not interested in being out of the school district.
Right.
They'd been living in the same house for 10 or 12 years. And the landlord came to them and said, you have 30 days to buy this, or we're going to put it on the market.
Oh, wow.
So they came to me and they really thought they could not buy a house, but they said, what do we need to do to get there? Is there any way we can?
In a month.
In a month.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
And, we started looking at the numbers and buying from the landlord. The landlord was asking for about $40,000 more than it would appraise for.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And along with finding that out, they talked to me and said, is there any way we could put any extra money in this loan because the roof's leaking and this and this and this? So in sitting and looking, talking to him, I started thinking, this is not my part of the job, but do you really want to buy this house?
Right.
So, I think they thought this is my only option, and I'll be lucky if I can buy this house.
Yeah.
And they would have been just happy with that.
Yeah.
But we went beyond that, and I was able to partner them with a realtor in their area that knew a builder that got them into a brand new house. And their mortgage was actually no more than they paid for that double wide that needed all the repairs.
Wow, with a brand new house.
Every time I see that family, I just light up because they are still so happy, and they just, sometimes that's what we get to do. We get to help people that didn't know they could do it.
That's cool. And you've always done the right thing for the people that we've sent to you, and I love that. So we know that they're in good hands. If you can help them, you will. So you shared a little story about this family that you helped and how rewarding that was. What would you say is your ideal client? Like who is your ideal client?
Oh, wow. I love all my clients, but I'd say repeat customers are my ideal clients.
What type of programs do you offer?
I mean, honestly, we do everything. Mm-hmm. Absolutely every single kind of loan that you can think of. If it's for a house, that's what we do.
Yeah.
From the first-time home buyer who needs, the maximum amount of financing, up to, the jumbo loans.
And recently, have you seen a lot of people refinancing or?
Yes. Absolutely a lot.
Because the rates are ridiculous.
Rates are at all-time lows, so we're doing a lot of that right now. We still prioritize our purchases because we want to make sure if someone has a moving truck in the yard that we can get them in.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Our clients cannot stand having stuff on the truck for extra days. So.
Yes. But the refinancing, it's the time to do it.
You have something that you shared with me called manual underwriting. What's the difference between that and like an automated underwriting process?
An automated is where the big system in the sky generates an answer and says yes or no.
Right.
A manual is where there's a little bit of common sense to it. Underwriter discretion, they can sit down and look at the entire picture and make a decision.
That's awesome. Aside from realtors, what are some other areas and past clients? Are there other areas where you're finding yourself getting a lot of business, like other connections, other people?
I would say the vast majority of mine, and I love this, is repeat clients and referrals. And I know what they're looking for is that personable, not an 800 number. They want Lynn's cell phone number and they get it.
That's right. That's awesome. Well, Lynn, thank you so much for all you do. We appreciate you, and we look forward to continuing doing business with you.
Thanks, Rob.